Hello, my name is Olga Nesterova, known as Onest Press across the socials. Thank you for being here. In this What's Actually True moment, we're going to discuss the meeting or not between Ukraine and Russia in Turkey. The meeting's supposed to happen today on Thursday, May 15th. Zelenskyy did show up.
Do you have a message for Vladimir Putin?
I'm here. I think this is very clear message.
And that is a very clear message. To understand how we got there, let's go 1 week back. May 9th, Moscow and Putin are celebrating the Victory Day of World War II in Moscow. He invites President Xi Jinping from China, also other leaders, authoritarian leaders, and whatnot. And he suggests to stop fighting for 3 days because he wants to protect the parade. Zelenskyy says, no, let's actually have ceasefire for 30 days so we can start the negotiations, to which Putin declines that. Leaders are traveling to Moscow for May 9th parade. Meanwhile, Zelenskyy talks to the European leaders and the coalition of the willing. Remember them meeting together during exactly that time, and also Prime Minister Carney of Canada participates virtually in that meeting, and they create a proposal saying, hey, let's propose to Putin a 30-day unconditional ceasefire. So the fighting is stopping and we can just negotiate where we're going from there. Putin declines. And he says, well, you know what? Let's meet in Turkey on May 15th, which would have been today. And let's continue the negotiations that we stopped in 2022. Now, we need to remember, the negotiations in 2022 stopped because Putin demanded Ukraine to recognize occupied areas, which was a non-starter. Hence, these stopped. But Putin says, let's then negotiate the ceasefire. So, European leaders and Canada and Coalition of the Willing are proposing a 30-day unconditional ceasefire to then negotiate the outcome of the war. Putin puts a condition. He says, let's meet to discuss the ceasefire. So, instead of an unconditional ceasefire, he puts a condition to ceasefire. Let's discuss what can lead to a ceasefire. So he takes a big step back. To which Zelenskyy and the coalition says, okay, let's meet in Turkey. I'm here. You're changing the rules. You're moving the goalposts, but I'm here. Let's discuss. What we need to also understand, for that May 9th parade, Putin pulled all the air defense systems to Moscow to protect the parade. And importantly, he pulls this air defense system away from Kursk area. You remember that incursion that Ukraine went into to put themselves in a better position to negotiate the land swap, the occupied land swap, right? And so while the air defense is gone and all directed to protect Moscow and the parade, Ukraine goes on the offensive in Kursk area. May 9th passes, and Putin realizes I'm in a bit of a situation. So actually, let me start talking maybe about actually the ceasefire. And so then everybody talks about Thursday. Even Trump says, look, I'm on the tour to the Middle East. Watch the previous video. I documented that tour, okay? And he says, well, on Thursday, I might come to Istanbul, which is kind of tricky because in the media, we get his plans. And we knew that Thursday is a full day where he's selling America essentially in UAE. So will he cancel that to attend the talks with Putin and Zelenskyy? So we kind of knew that this will not happen, nor it is not beneficial for Putin to attend any talks that wouldn't be leading to an actual ceasefire. And an actual ceasefire for him is tricky. In my recent newsletter, I reported that Putin has ordered defense systems and missile launchers from Iran, and those are delayed. And so he's waiting to receive those. So only from that perspective, the little ceasefire would make sense. But also Putin violates his ceasefires. Whatever he signs is not worth the paper it's, signed on. Because even during the May 9th parade, he was still bombing Kiev. He was still bombing the big, small, and in between cities of Ukraine. So don't trust anything. But now, Thursday, we're here. As you saw, Zelenskyy is in Istanbul. Is Trump there? No. Trump is in UAE, right? And he was addressing, well, before he traveled to UAE, he was at the US Air Base in Qatar, where he addressed the troops. And there was a meeting where he spoke about his attendance, or actually the lack thereof, of the meeting in Istanbul.
No, I didn't anticipate. I actually said, why would he go if I'm not going? Because I wasn't going to go. I wasn't planning to go. I would go, but I wasn't planning to go. And I said, I don't think he's going to go if I don't go. And that turned out to be right. But we have people there. Marco, as you know, is doing a fantastic job.
Well, Marco is in Rome with J.D. Vance and with the both missuses to attend the first address by Pope Leo the 14th. So Marco Rubio was yesterday in Turkey and taking pictures with the Turkey leader's bank. Anyway, I digress. To read this quote again, because it's a lot, Trump says, no, I actually said, why would he go if I'm not going? Meanwhile, Putin suggested this meeting to happen, right? He put that meeting together. And Trump said, I would be going, I really want to. But now he says, well, because I wasn't going to go. I wasn't planning to go. I would go, but I wasn't planning to go. And as I said, I don't think he's going to go if I don't go. And that's turned out to be right. But I didn't think it was possible for Putin to go if I'm not going there. So we're creating this sort of excuses for the murderous dictator Putin as to why he wasn't there. Now, to recap, first, Zelenskyy says we need to understand the level of the Russian delegation and what their mandate is, if they are capable of making any decisions themselves. From what we see, it looks more like a dummy. And what Zelenskyy means, he did arrive in Turkey. Russia did send a delegation without any ability to make decisions. And so Zelenskyy says, you're wasting my time. There is a war in my country, but I showed up. Erdogan, the leader of Turkey, showed up. And we're sitting here to have an adult conversation on the national leaders level. And you're sending people with absolutely no mandate to make any type of decisions or to even reply on behalf of your country. To which Foreign Minister of Russia reacts by calling Zelenskyy, obviously, a clown. Take a look.
И сначала Зеленский какие-то там делал заявления, что он требует, чтобы Путин прибыл лично. Ну, жалкий человек, но всем же понятно, кроме, наверное, его самого и тех, кто им кукловодит. Потом ему...
A pathetic person? No, he's the leader of the country you invaded. And you want to negotiate. You suggested this meeting to happen. And you don't show up? Now, Zelenskyy did meet with Erdogan, and here's a readout by Zelenskyy, as you see today. In Ankara, President of Ukraine Zelenskyy held a meeting with President of Turkey Erdogan one-on-one and in an extended format. Of course, they had the time. The President of Ukraine thanked President of Turkey for organizing the opportunity for direct negotiations with Russian Federation, blah, blah, blah. Then, Zelenskyy emphasized that he arrived in Turkey accompanied by a high-level Ukrainian delegation, while the Russian Federation's delegation consisted of individuals who lack any mandate to make decisions. The head of state underscored that through this move, Russia once again demonstrated that it is not committed to ending the war and showed disrespect toward both Turkey and United States. Ukraine expects a strong response from its partners. At the same time, in order not to lose even a fragile opportunity for negotiations, President of Ukraine decided to send to Istanbul a Ukrainian delegation, which would be led by Minister of Defense Rustem Umerov. The meeting also addressed cooperation with the coalition of the willing and the implementation of the developed proposals. The President of Ukraine thanked Turkey for its readiness to ensure the monitoring of the ceasefire, particularly at sea. The two presidents discussed in detail the issue of further security guarantees, particularly regarding civilian navigation in the Black Sea. Special attention was given to maritime demining as part of the efforts of Ukraine, Turkey, Bulgaria, and Romania. Among other important topics discussed were the reconstruction of Ukraine and the potential involvement of Turkish companies in this process. The heads of state also paid special attention to preparations for the Ukraine Recovery Conference, which will be held on July 10 to 11 in Rome. Turkey will be represented. In addition, Zelenskyy and Erdogan discussed the development of bilateral cooperation between the two states, particularly in the defense sector. And here's also my question. Since Trump signed this minerals deal in Ukraine and said that this will be sort of a guarantee for ceasefire in Ukraine, and now he's not showing up, allegedly, he says he wasn't planning on showing up, so he gaslit us throughout this whole week, and he's creating this alibi and sort of stories for Putin. What is that minerals deal about? Will Russia buy US out of that minerals deal? If you ask me, I do think so. Now, stay tuned, stay honest. Thank you for watching. Tune in to the next video.